Welcome, Blues fans, to AG Chelsea TV, your ultimate source for all the latest Chelsea news. For the most comprehensive Chelsea coverage, subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell to get instant alerts on all our new videos. Chelsea fans want Mike Magnan after Club World Cup defeat. Chelsea endured a nightmare second half that ultimately cost them the result in their second Club World Cup game against Flamengo. The Blues went ahead in the first half through Pedro Neto, however conceded twice in quick succession to their Brazilian opponents in the second 45, before a late third goal. The mountain grew even higher when Nicolas Jackson was sent off just minutes after replacing Liam Delap. It was his second red card in just 4 appearances for Chelsea. Many will have been fearing the worst given the pressure the Flamengo players were applying from the start of the game, with Robert Sanchez misplacing a number of early passes. Distribution has never been the Spaniard's strong point, and his indifferent campaign between the sticks saw the Blues strongly linked with signing Mike Magnan before the transfer window slammed shut. The deal did not go through. However, this hasn't stopped Chelsea fans taking to social media to beg for their club to bring the Frenchman in as a result of this game. One user said, "The fact some of you defended the club not signing Magnan is crazy, just look at Sanchez." Another added, "Every game that goes by the decision not to pay an extra £4 million for Mike Magnan gets more and more embarrassing." A third claimed, "Sanchez's kicking in these opening minutes is a clear reason why Chelsea wants to sign Magnan. Against the top sides you expect man-to-man pressure, so your goalie, who's often going to the free man, needs to be as technical as an outfield player. Sanchez lacks in this regard." Another stated, "If Chelsea are serious they send a bid for Magnan tonight. We are going nowhere with Sanchez and Jorgensen." Finally, one user said, "We cannot have Sanchez as our starting goalkeeper, we need to get Magnan in ASAP." Despite Chelsea walking away from the negotiation table with Milan before the first deadline, it was reported that Chelsea had not ended their interest in Magnan completely. However, talks have begun over a new contract for Magnan at AC Milan. There is currently 1 year left on his deal with the Serie A side. Legend makes brutal claim about Nicolas Jackson. Nicolas Jackson had only just entered the field of play when he was sent off for a horrible challenge, seeing Chelsea reduced to 10 men in their fight to come back. Jackson will be banned for 1 game as per FIFA's official rules, which will likely see Enzo Maresca deploy Liam Delap again against AS Tunis. John Obi Mikel has been critical of Jackson since his move to Stamford Bridge, with his standards remaining high from his days as a Chelsea player. The club legend was on punditry duty for the Chelsea game, and he previously criticised Madueke for his performance in the opening group game against LAFC. Now, he told DAZN that what Jackson did was stupid, and cost his team in a game where a comeback was still a possibility. He said, "Unbelievable, stupid, stupid, stupid mistake. I don't know what is going through his head. Your team needs you and you do that. He did that at Newcastle. Now he's done this. I don't care what his frustration is." Jackson is banned for the first Premier League game of the new season against Crystal Palace due to his red card against Newcastle at the end of last season. Mikel has made it no secret who he has wanted Chelsea to sign as a new striker, and it wasn't Delap. The Nigerian wanted his countryman, Victor Osimhen, to join the club, after being linked with a switch to West London for a number of years now. Mikel is disappointed a deal for Osimhen is unlikely now. However, the player's reported wage demands make the signing unrealistic. With him always critical of the current Chelsea squad, expect to hear more from the former midfielder throughout the rest of the tournament, particularly if Chelsea exit at any stage. Chelsea in talks to sign generational talent. According to The Guardian, Chelsea have made Gittins a priority this summer in a bid to bolster their attacking options. Dortmund rejected a bid of around £42 million for the young English talent, and it remains to be seen just how much Maresca will have to pay to secure his signature. The report goes on to state that the Blues have also made contact with West Ham United to sign Mohamed Kudus this summer. West Ham rejected an initial approach from the Stamford Bridge side regarding a swoop for the former Ajax man, who has also been targeted by Manchester United and Newcastle United. The Irons would prefer a straight sale amid Maresca's attempts at offering players in any prospective deal, and the Ghanaian sensation has a release clause worth £85 million, which is valid for Premier League sides throughout the first 10 days of July. It remains to be seen if he will cost more than a potential deal for Gittins, though. Given his Premier League credentials and ability to develop further, might he not only be a better signing, but also could Kudus work well with Delap? Kudus was excellent during his spell with Ajax. A total of 39 goal contributions across 87 games saw West Ham pay £38 million to bring the winger to the Premier League. Across his 2 seasons so far with the Irons, Kudus has scored 14 and 5 goals respectively, attracting attention from the likes of Chelsea and Man United. The Ghanaian international has been hailed as a generational talent by journalist Gary Al Smith when he is at his free-flowing best. While he shone throughout his debut campaign, the 2024-25 season saw his goal output drop rather sharply. While this may be a worry, Kudus still shone across a range of attacking metrics. Indeed, when compared with his positional peers in the top flight, the 24-year-old ranked in the top 17% for crosses into the opposition penalty area, 0.52 per 90, while also ranking in the top 2% for take-ons attempted, 7.23, and in the top 3% for successful take-ons, 3.2 per 90 last season. Chelsea hold talks over Joao Pedro. Winning the CWC could bring a seismic financial windfall of nearly £100 million to Cobham's coffers. So despite the tournament's controversy, it is little surprise that sides taking part are serious about performing well. A portion of their final earnings from the CWC could be put towards Chelsea's recruitment drive, and it is widely believed that they're prioritising the signing of a new winger in particular. One man who's on Chelsea radar and can play out wide, in attacking midfield or up front, comes in the form of Brighton star Joao Pedro. The Brazil international bagged 10 goals and 7 assists for Fabian Herzl's side across all competitions last term, prompting rumoured interest from Chelsea and Premier League rivals Newcastle United. According to Standard Sport, Chelsea have held talks over Pedro, and those conversations are continuing behind the scenes as Blue Co look to reinforce Maresca's squad with further attacking additions. This follows a report from TalkSport that Newcastle are fearful of a Chelsea move for the 23-year-old, with there being concerns inside St James Park that they could hijack their deal. The sticking point will likely be Pedro's £70 million valuation, but according to ex-Premier League chief scout Mick Brown recently, the player has spoken to friends about potentially joining Chelsea this summer, so there could be a willingness on the player's side. "I hear he's spoken to people around him about a move, and he would be interested in Chelsea," Brown told Football Insider. "He wants to make a step up from Brighton as they're going to miss out on European football again. It's just a case of whether they decide he's the right man for the job." That's all for today's Chelsea news. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated with everything happening at Stamford Bridge, don't forget to subscribe to AG Chelsea TV and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.